Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. This time we're on the road. That's Adrian, of course.
And that's Glenn.
All right. We just saw The Warning on Friday night, September 13, in Boston at Big Night Live, and it was really quite a spectacle. We have a whole report of things to talk about. Well, maybe we can just start at the beginning.
For the show, especially, I wanted to get some drawings for the band members of Warning. And at first, what I did was a couple of cartoons. I didn't feel like they were good enough at the time, so I thought, because I have trouble drawing people and realism, so I thought it'd be better to just pick out like a few of my drawings, what I'm good at, the marker drawings, the more abstract art. So I got one of those for each band member, and then I decided Glenn thought the cartoons were very good, so I thought I would include those as well, so that's why I gave them 5 drawings.
Yeah, that's right, and we're going to put them up on screen as you talk about them.
I was able to give them the drawings, but we were kind of rushed through, too.
That's true, yeah, we got very little time to talk to them, because there was a huge line for the meet and greet, but we can get into that in a moment. Why don't you describe these drawings, Adrian?
Well, first of all, describe is one of the cartoons is them during the present day, and I just wanted to point out, there's this energy field around POW, like created by your screaming.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that's around POW is anyway, an energy field. And it's got Danny doing one of her maniacal facial expressions that I love, that she especially does during solos, and it just shows Ali being very mellow. And so anyway, that was just a cartoon. It was meant to be funny, and then there's the other cartoon I did, the early years, as I called it, and it's a picture inspired by their performance of Enter Sandman and Crazy Train, like back 10 years ago or so. So I have them, they're all very tiny, and they've got regular size, giant instruments.
Yeah, this one cracked me up, actually. You got Ali with the massive bass guitar.
Yeah.
And everybody's actually, small, like they were back then.
Yeah.
But the instruments aren't small. So you got the big orange amp.
Yeah.
Because even Danny was smaller at the time.
Yeah.
So we're hoping they got a kick out of that one.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, I hope they like it. And then I gave them some marker drawings. Each one, that one there is for Danny. It's sort of like a sunshine rainbow, because I kind of see her as like, I don't know, sunshine.
Yeah, she's got this sunny disposition.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the time. So that seemed fitting.
Yeah. And so the next one would be drawing I did for Ale. This is just very cool and very mellow. It's got a space scene behind this crazy rainbow with the playing card symbols on it. And
but it seems to show a steady path towards the rainbow.
Yes.
And the steadiness, seemed to represent Ale as well. So kind of almost a certain elegance for that one, I thought.
Yeah.
But a lot going on there too, but good stuff.
And this last one is the one I did for POW. It's kind of like I was trying to be creative and, depict creation and such, and I thought it'd be very appropriate for POW, for that, because of, our creative nature and all that.
Yeah, that almost seems like a seed or an eye or something towards the top.
Yeah.
Which would be apropos for somebody who's a creative force, for starting songs in the band, which POW is.
Yeah.
And she's got that reservoir of other stuff, planets and whatever else, space in general.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that since I didn't get to talk about the drawings with the warning, that, I don't know, who knows, maybe they'll see this video. That would make me very happy if I found out.
Yeah, very good. So I gave them a gift as well. I gave them a copy of my CD from 2007. At first I felt a little cheesy doing that, but one of the songs on it is called Hungry. And I thought it was actually kind of a good response song to the Keep Me Fed album. It just so happens it was written much earlier.
Yeah.
So
everybody's hungry. Not everyone knows the recipe that will say satiate their appetite for love and loss and magic depth. Can you find the answer?
So I gave them that and told them that story, and Paul seemed to like that. So we shall see. You know, I hope they enjoy the disc. It's like me, you know, it's warts and all. You know, some things might be a little embarrassing, but I don't care. I'm proud of the songs on there anyway. So those were our 5 gifts for the meet and greet. So let's talk a little bit about the meet and greet itself. So Big Night Live, of course, is a 2-story venue. It's a pretty large building, holds 1,400 people. So we got a VIP message that gave us all the details having to do with the meet and greet. And so it said, check in at 4 o'clock, VIP experience at 4:30. And this was actually, these were approximate times. And it said, check in information, location, 2nd floor entrance, hours 4 o'clock. So we're like, great. So we get there on the commuter rail, right?
Yeah.
Arrived at the station at 3 o'clock, a full hour early. Came up, didn't see anybody at all at the 2nd floor entrance. We saw a few people milling about down below at the general public entrance, but with warning shirts. But that was it. So we're like, okay, well, we're pretty early. I used to work on Canal Street, which is right here. It's literally the street facing the venue, like right here. I'm going to put up a shot that I took of us at the meet and greet line, before we went in. And you'll see that street right there. That's Canal Street. So we're like, okay, let's go take a walk and see what's changed. Well, since then, they've done the big dig, so a lot has changed. So we strolled around for a bit, and then we came back, and we saw there were more warning fans down below, but there still weren't really anybody upstairs. And we're like, okay, well, that's interesting. Why don't we go on up? And so we did that. So we got up there, and we were talking with a couple other fans that were up there. Shout out to Paul. I believe he was the one up there with his friend. And they were great guys. Suddenly, there's this guy running up in a warning shirt, and he runs up the wrong side of the barrier.
Yeah, the rope.
And I'm like, no, it's not there. You got to come around here. Line's over here. And he says, you guys are not first in line. There's like a dozen of us downstairs, and we were here before you. And I was like, huh? How does he know when we got here?
Yeah.
Like, what? And I thought, oh, you know what? He probably saw us coming back from Canal Street, And it didn't matter, So he's like, you got, so there's a dozen people ahead of you. And I'm like, well, fine. Frankly, being first or being 12th doesn't matter much in these meet and greet lines because as you can see in this footage, there's more than 100 people that are going to be going through the meet and greet. It's like, no big deal. And I told the guy, hey, listen, there's really no need to bust a gut about it. It's no big deal. Certainly not worth getting upset about. Now, having said that, he was probably standing in the sun for a while. It was kind of a hot day, and right in the sunlight is where the front of the venue is. But it's worth noting, it said right in the invite, 2nd floor entrance, not 1st floor entrance. So I could have busted him on that and said, I don't think so. I think we're first. How about that? But I didn't. I was like, you know what? It really doesn't matter. We're talking about 5 minutes, and it shouldn't matter that much, The fact is, this is the warning army, and we're all there for the same reason. It's a community situation. And frankly, we're probably all going to run into each other on several occasions over the years, being warning fans. Some of these guys go all over the country to check them out. So it was all good, I think he was a little embarrassed after I said this because he didn't really look at me. But it was like I say, it was no big deal. Let the people in. And soon after that, the crowd got really big behind us. And it was really nice. We went through the meet and greet. I've got a little bit of a clip here I'll put when the meet and greet happened. And we didn't actually get footage of ourselves going up because I noticed they were sending people through pretty quick. But we gave them Adrian's drawings and my CD, and we talked a little bit about it. We didn't really get to talk much. That's why we're making this video. If they ever see it, they'll at least know what they're about. So we got a picture. So I expect to have that soon, if not already. If we have it now, I will put it in the video. It was pretty cool. And so we did that, and then we left. A lot of people got back in line because they kicked us out of the venue because Holy Wars hadn't done their sound check yet. I guess they're running a little bit late, so no big deal. So most people went back in line, circled back around, and we decided, I think we're going to go sit down somewhere and have some food. So we did that. And there's a great food court right nearby. There's actually a lot of good places to eat right around there. So we did that, and then eventually got back in line, and it was all good. We got in about the time they said. I think they said a 5:45 opening time, and it was pretty close to that. And soon after we got in, I think they must have opened the doors for the general public, which is good because those were originally supposed to open at 7 o'clock, according to the tickets. But they started coming in about 6:15, and all good. And the room filled up really quick. And I'm looking around going, wow, this room is absolutely packed, but when does the show actually start? Like they're going to be standing here for a while. I just noticed that in Baltimore the next night, somebody fainted right in front of the stage, and they stopped the show for a second to attend to them. And that doesn't surprise me at all. You got a big standing room only venue like that. I was actually a little concerned about that. Like I can see standing room only for that big dance floor. That makes perfect sense. But if you're going to have a big band in there, you really should let people sit. You should have a seating arrangement, because I remember the station fire. I don't know about you, Adrian. And I was just thinking, when the place was jam-packed, I'm like, okay, so what if there's a fire? It would have been very tough to get everybody out of there. But that's how it was set up. Just thought it was worth noting. Holy Wars came on right at 7 o'clock. I couldn't believe it. I was overjoyed. And they played an excellent half-hour set. It was really a lot of fun. Towards the end, Kat came out and I think was on somebody's shoulders in the crowd or something for the last song. It was pretty amusing, and it was good. And later on, I got a picture with her kind of in the back of the room after the warning set. She had announced she was going to be back there, so that was fun. She's really cool. And I told her about our reactions that we had done, and she was overjoyed to hear about it, so that was nice. And the show itself, with the warning, started promptly at 8 o'clock and went until about, 9:15, something like that, and was so much fun. And we can go through, maybe at some point later this week, we'll go through all the songs bit by bit, talk about, what we thought and what was going on in the venue at the time, and how the crowd was reacting and everything. There were a lot of phones, as usual, so there's plenty of footage having to do with this place. If you didn't catch it already, I caught one song. I hadn't really intended on getting any because I like being there kind of in the moment with the show. Yeah. But as I was making the shot of the whole venue, I was kind of doing a 360, Ali started Narcisista. So I thought, okay, let's do that. So I will leave a link to that in the description if you haven't seen it yet. I thought it came out pretty well. It sounds nice, too. We're right in front of one of the towers. So they played till 9:15. It was a wonderful show. I'm sure all the fans, you've probably seen it already. Most of it was live streamed on Instagram by one of the crew. And of course, Martin T.W. was there and he grabbed the show. It was great to meet him. Shout out to everybody, actually, that came up and said hi to us. There were a number of people that came up and introduced themselves. I can't even shout out everybody. There were so many. I don't want to start missing names, But by all means, if you
feelings might get hurt if you miss their names.
Yeah. But if you were there and you met us, by all means, mention it in the comments below. And I know I've seen Paul and Kenneth already. And happy birthday, Ken. And props to everybody that was there. It was really a very fun evening. Everybody was so cool.
Yeah, my arms were a little tired because during much of the show, we were like right near the little staircase going up to, so they didn't allow anybody on the staircase. So what I did, I went to the outside of the staircase, put my feet up on the edge of the stair, like outside of the railing, and hung onto the railing. So my arms are tired after that.
Yep. I'm going to put a little screenshot in here because Martin actually captured you. I can see your pork pie hat and everything at 8:36 in his own video. Yeah, it was a great location. And we were one of the very few people in the venue that could actually have the option of sitting down if we wanted because the floor was sunken. So we could sit at the level where the rest of the floor was, and it was fine. And we did that. Hung out with some other people that had the same strategy. A lot of fun. Shout out to Dee Dee from North Andover who came with her cousin from Costa Rica. They were cool.
Yeah.
It was really a fun evening. It was a really good time, and we're so glad we finally got to see the band. They were spectacular, and it was nice to see them live. But yeah, in general, with meet and greets, just expect it'll probably go pretty quick. Just keep in mind, these are human beings who are working, Now, granted, as fans, I know fans often want to build up and put people on pedestals and all that, and understandable. I mean, they are so good at what they do. But they are human beings after all, and they got the same vulnerabilities as everybody else. You don't want to come on too strong or anything. You want to just play it cool and keep them comfortable.
Yeah. I think all I got to do, actually, other than give them the drawings, was I think I said to Pau or something, nice to meet you all or something like that.
Yeah.
She said likewise.
Yeah, it was close to the beginning of the line, so I think that they were a little bit panicked. I mean, not the band, but the crew around them trying to facilitate the thing. That, oh my gosh, there's like over 100 people behind, still to go. And we want to try to wrap this up quickly so that the girls don't have to sit here all day, before the show. And then Holy Wars can do their sound check, So those were all factors, I'm sure. So, folks, if you were there, let us know about your experience below. Maybe we can turn this video into a whole experience. Don't remember, they didn't see you. You got to put it over here somewhere. There you go. Yeah,
leave comments
put the
below.
comments below. And let us know about your experience there, how it went for you, and maybe how you traveled there, if you worked with friends, anything like that. Any particular moments that really stuck out at you, would all be really interested to hear. And meanwhile, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will catch you on the next one. All right. Take care and keep rocking, folks.
See y'all later.